Hello, my podcast people, and thank you for joining me for yet another episode of my favorite podcast. If you're watching this on the YouTubes, you'll see the backdrop. It's the same, but it's different. The same, but different. This was the big announcement I'm just talking about. I moved. I'm looking at my notes here, and I got that little talk about moving. It's a little bit later in the notes, but as I'm sitting here recording this, I'm looking at the screen, and I'm looking at the camera screen, and I'm like, the background looks different. I'm actually not sure how this is going to render, and if it's actually going to show as much as I see right now, because for those of you that don't want to nerd out, I actually square this up I line it up using Zoom, and I'm like, it's a little more zoomed in on Zoom, so I don't know how much I don't know. We're going to see. But either way, we're going with it. This is the first podcast episode that I'm recording in the new place. This episode will drop on Thursday, September 7th. And yes, today we were talking about mortality as a motivator. But first, I'm going to do my thing because it's my podcast. So, number one, as a reminder, tomorrow, September 8th, that is the last day to register for round 14 of my Instagram Intensive. The Instagram Intensive, for those of you that don't know, is my 6-week online group coaching program that teaches health and fitness pros exactly how to use Instagram for online business. If you got questions, you can text me 310-737-2345. You can DM me. Otherwise, just hit up that sales page, the registration page. Literally all the information is there. So I'm not going to use any more time in this episode to talk about it. All the information is there. Go to the registration page. Just check it out. If you don't sign up, that's totally fine. If you just want to look at it and be nosy, that's totally fine. But I would love to have you if it's something that's interesting or sounds interesting to you. But remember, doors close tomorrow. So let's get back to the updates, and then we'll talk about mortality as a motivator. The biggest update is, like I was saying, the background is different because I moved. Lex and I moved in together. We got a bomb-ass place. Like, this place is this is the place of my dreams. It is actually only 8 blocks from my last apartment. So the only thing that we had to kind of give up, and I think I'm going to talk about this in a subsequent episode, about how you can have it all, but you can't have it all at once, and kind of what, the give and take is there. But the only thing we had to give up was the actual location. We are the same distance from volleyball. It's actually a little faster, even though we moved south. So the volleyball is west of us, right? Because it's on the beach. So volleyball is to the west of where we live. So the distance is actually the same. But we moved 8 blocks south. And the reason it's faster is that we can take more main roads now to get to volleyball. So it's marginally faster, a few minutes faster. But we had to give up location here. I'd rather have been north of, there's a main street called Artesia. It's just a bit quieter there. And I think that it's a zoning thing. I think that they're not just literally not allowed to build the same kind of residential housing. So what we have where we live currently is there's a lot of what we call 3 on a lot, meaning there's 3 units per lot. Whereas where I used to live, there's a lot of single family homes, and then those are getting demolished and they're putting up 2 on a lots. So 2 units. Which is actually what I currently live in on this side is a two on a lot. But I think because there's more 3 on a lots over here, there's just more people. So basically they've gotten rid of the front yard, and they have 3 units now. And it's actually interesting because getting rid of a front yard it kind of makes the neighborhood feel it's more busy. There's a lot more cars. The sidewalks feel tighter. So because there's no yard to kind of just have that breathing room. But we gave up that, but we still walk over there, and it's amazing. But the place, y'all, it is fucking bomb. If you've been following me on Instagram, you've seen some of the sneak peeks in the stories. Yes, we're going to do a full story, a full, reveal of the house and tour of the house, but kind of want to wait for it to have all the furniture. We have a lot of furniture, but this place is 3 times the size of my last apartment. So this place is 2,400 square feet. It's 3 floors. It has the gym. It has a backyard area with turf, which is amazing. I do vacuum it because the leaves fall down. This fucking tree, I hate it. But I got a leaf blower. We do have a gardener that's coming, so we'll see what they do. But I didn't feel like waiting, so I went and got that. We got 3 patios, so we just got outdoor furniture for one of them. It's 3 patios. One of them is just for grilling. It's amazing. It's kind of off the dining room. But we got the downstairs patio furnished. We have to get the upstairs patio furnished. It's got a laundry room. Lex loves that. We got a washer dryer. So no more laundromat trips for me and my Instagram stories. But it is convenient. I will say that. But it's legit everything that I've ever hoped and dreamed for. I love it so much. My office is a little bit bigger than my last one, but the best part is the sound. I'm not sure if you folks can tell. I could tell. But there's carpeting on the third floor, and that means that just the sound gets eaten up, which is actually great. There's no echoing, there's no bouncing. I didn't have to sound treat this room at all. I actually spent like a million hours taking down the stuff that I used to sound treat the last room, my last office. But I didn't have to do anything with that. The thing that took the longest for this was actually the wall that you can see behind me, just squaring that up, and I had to add one little side to it. In my life, if you watch the older videos, you'll see that I had 3 bookshelves behind me. I have 4 now. I always had the 4th. It was just on the other side of the room. So I had to move things around just a little bit. That did take a long time, but the sound is so much better. The carpet, I don't really love carpet, but it's brand new, so that's good at least. But it eats up the sound, which is amazing because there's no echo and I don't have to sound treat anything. So that's phenomenal. Still getting used to that. I don't wear headphones to record these. So that does also make it it's still weird to me. Because I don't like having headphones on in the videos. That's why I don't wear them. But I'm just, my mouth is a little bit different distance from the mic now. So maybe there's more of those, what we call plosives, the P's and T's and such. But getting used to all of it, getting used to the light as well. I have 2 windows. Lex has the bigger office. I strategically and specifically picked this one. It's a 4-bedroom. Did I say that? It's 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's fucking amazing, this place. But my office has 2 windows, one that's behind the camera now. That's a south-facing window, so it kind of always gets light. And then I have a west-facing window, which is not great because it's on the side of me, and so I have to close that. But the view from it is amazing. So if you watch my stories, you see I just be posting we're up really high. I can see so far, and we get really great sunsets. So I'm getting used to the lighting. This camera doesn't do particularly well with finding light. It's kind of always searching for light. So I'm working through that. But I have a full ass light setup, so I'm not super concerned about that. If you want to know all the things I use, I got the Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/the movement Maestro. Courtney will link that. Thank you, Courtney. So you can see all that. But I'm looking at this. I know we're like 7 minutes into this and I'm still giving an update, but I'm just so excited about it, folks. I haven't recorded live in weeks, maybe months. Maybe it's been a month. I don't know. I batched a bunch of them because we were moving. The moving company we used, fucking phenomenal. Redondo van and storage, just absolutely amazing. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw I was just doing a bunch of posts about not just about outsourcing, but about just kind of the value around that. And really, it wasn't just about outsourcing in general. It was just about how good movers are. And I think that maybe if I was like a big man, maybe I'd think differently, but I weigh 125 pounds and I'm not big. And so carrying most of my stuff weighs more than me. So it's annoying to have to move. And these guys just did it so fast. They moved the whole gym. Y'all know I got that major gym space. For those that are wondering, like I said earlier, this new place does have a gym space, which was a big, big selling feature. And we are renting where you didn't buy this place. There's no way. But I had to put the pull-up rack, the squat rack rather, outside in the backyard. It does not fit inside, but there's a pull-up bar mounted from the ceiling here. But they moved everything. I had the leg press, I had the linear hack squat, I had the leg extension machine, and I had the big racks. They moved everything, and it was amazing. So it's just been wonderful. I am inspired and excited to be recording again, and we'll see how this comes out, just sound-wise, just more so video-wise. Thank you to those of you that watch this on the video and watch this on YouTube, but I'm stoked. I'll probably be talking about it for the next however many episodes just because I fucking love it here. Just every day I wake up and I'm so grateful and just, I don't know. I don't have the words for it. I'm just so fucking grateful to live here. I love it so much. I just walk up the stairs and, Lex and I just go back and forth texting each other, just being like, can you believe we live here? Like, it's just is amazing to me. I've never had stairs inside of a place I lived, right? I've always lived, one time when I was kind of during high school, but my own apartments, never. I've always lived in big cities. And so we have a lot of stairs. I get all my steps inside. It's 3 floors here. So, but the dog Moose is loving it. Rupert's getting used to having Moose around. Moose kind of chases Roops, but he's been coming out more. He's not just fully living under the sofa anymore. He's walking around the patio. He's doing better. So we'll keep you updated on all of that. If you follow again on Instagram, the Moopert. That's the term coined by Cirque Physio, Dr. Jennifer Crane. And that is their joint name. But the Moopert saga, we will keep you updated. But let's hop into the episode. Let's talk about something that Lex and I chat about quite a bit that at first she said was somewhat morbid. But then I think she's come to embrace it. She's come around. And it's been actually cool to see that. But we're going to talk about mortality as a motivator. I stay saying that motivation is a myth, and I believe that as it relates to some magical thing that comes out of thin air and inspires you to do hard shit and shit you don't want to do. motivation is a myth. But if we think about motivation in terms of, or as a force that is dependent upon your own actions and your own mindset, then to me, it's a real thing. And mortality is the greatest motivator out there. Why? Because we're all dying. Period. If that doesn't motivate you to take action and do the thing, I don't know what else will. Something to consider. And this is where Lex was like, when I first talked to her about this, I'm like, for all my US listeners, the average life expectancy for women is 79 years. And for men, it's 73.5 years. These numbers vary a bit. You can Google it, but like some will say like 77. But either way, it's not 100. And I think everyone out there uses their kind of base as 100. And they're like, middle of that then was 50. And so if they're in their 30s, they're like, I got so much more time. And I'm like, dude, average life expectancy is 79 if you're a female, 73.5 if you're a dude. Me, right now, I am 38 years old, and I'm 38 and a half, I guess. My birthday's in January, so more than 38 and a half. My birthday's January 1st, which means that I'm very close to that halfway mark. You listen to this, where are you? Again, I don't say this to be morbid and to be, Debbie Downer, but let's get realistic and objective and clinical with this. Like, many of us are past halfway. We're at halfway. We're past halfway. We're approaching halfway. We only get one shot at this thing called life, but I think if we do it right, one shot is all we need. As an aside, I am currently watching The Wheel of Time. I'm rewatching it because I want Lex to watch it and she's enjoying it. And no, folks, I'm not going to read the fucking books. I know the books are great, but I don't care. I'm not a reader. Definitely not trying to read fantasy books. I love high fantasy. I love watching it. I'm not trying to read any of it. But The Wheel of Time, one of the concepts there is that the wheel, it turns people's spirits out. It spits them out again over and over again, but at unspecified intervals. And I love that. So the reason I'm saying this is that I just said that we only get one shot at this thing. And I think we do. And I like this concept of being reborn, but and I believe that I've had many, many lives. I believe I'm very old. But as I reach this current consciousness, we get one shot at it, but that's all we need. Right? Do it right. That's all you need. So back to mortality as a motivator, I'm not sure how much else needs to be said in this episode, aside from the fact that we are all dying. And to that end, waiting too long to do something is a very real thing. Right? Something else to consider is what I call experience expiration dates. Right? This is a concept that I kind of first heard about from or was raised by Ramit. And I was like, yeah, it's true. Right? Where you cannot do the same thing when you're in your 70s that you could do when you're in your 20s. Physically, obviously things are different, but also your circumstances are different. Your social group is different. If we're talking about 70s, your best friends may not be there anymore. This is just science. Your responsibilities are different. Even if you think about your 20s versus your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, suddenly you got kids and maybe you have to save for those kids to go to college, so you can't go on the same kind of trips, or you have grandkids and you're trying to, I don't know, but either way, your responsibilities are different. To that end, the opportunity that you had for that experience may have literally expired. So do the things. Yes, on the flip side, there is absolutely value in waiting to do certain things until you have the means to do it the way that you want to do it. Right? For me, I'm thinking about traveling. Miss me with a hostel. I'm not trying to do that. So I always waited. I didn't want to travel when I was younger. I was like, I don't want to stay in a hostel. I didn't feel safe. I don't want to do that. I also like nice things. I actually just booked a stay for us at the Cosmo. Y'all know I go there with Jill. Cosmo is a hotel in Vegas, for those who don't know. I go there with Jill often, but I also go there with my friends Dan and Natalie once a year. And we'd have our annual trip coming up in October. I just booked it today, and I'm like, man, I love this. Got that Japanese soaking tub. Love it. Also, speaking of the place we're at now, the new house, I'm going to call it a house because it's 2,400 square feet. It's basically a house. It's attached, but it's fucking huge. Has a bathtub, and I've taken a bath, and I love it. But what I'm saying with this point is, yes, there can be value in waiting until you have the means to do things the way that you want to do them. Whether that's financially or whatever. So yes, I waited until work kind of flew me for traveling. I went to Dubai first class because work sent me. And I have more money. I can go to hotels now. I can go and travel around places and stay in a way that I feel safe, in a way that I like. Right? So all this to say, get started living your best life, because we are all dying. It's not a bad thing. It's not a morbid thing. It's just the truth. All right, get started making those decisions for you. Get started choosing your happiness. Get started chasing your dreams. I've said this before. It's not my quote. I don't know where it comes from, but it is a quote that's out there, and it goes something along the lines of, never avoid doing something because of the time that it will take. That time will pass anyway. I'm thinking right now of an email that I recently received from a young man that I taught a rock tape course to. And this email blew me away. He was like, it's too long to text, so I sent you an email. Hope you don't mind. I never mind, folks. If you send me an email because something like this, I never mind. And I'm going to bring him on the podcast. And so you can hear directly from him. But basically, he said he had a decision to make at some point where it was basically continue pursuing the healthcare path or do something else that kind of lit him up and he's more interested in. And he took that second path. And now my man flies helicopters. I think at the time of recording this, he's probably like just about to graduate if he hasn't graduated already. Because this was a few weeks ago that he sent it. And I was just like, fuck, it's amazing. It's amazing. This is the reason that I started this podcast, honestly, was to help inspire folks to do the things. And, oftentimes by hearing other people who are doing the thing and choosing themselves and realizing that we got one life and that's okay. It's all we need. So going to bring him on. But the long and the short of it is that life is shorter than we think. And I think that is all the motivation that I need. So real quick, going to hit you with a review because we're back. The reviews are back. Thank you for leaving them. I know there's a little bit of extra time and effort to actually write the things out. We have some more ratings as well, but thank you for leaving the reviews. Like, it's a very unidirectional platform. And so I love reading them. The last one that I got that I was able to read was from Reader McReadington. And since then, she has come forward with her true identity. That's Kristen White. She's fucking awesome. But I love that name, Reader McReadington. She was like, I don't know how to change it. I realized that was me. I didn't know how to change it. And I was like, oh, well, still awesome. Also, Micah gave me the heads up that there is a hyperlink in near the reviews that says see all. I totally missed it. And then I can see all of the reviews. So some of them are for 5 years ago. Like, yes, fucking amazing. Y'all are amazing. I'll probably read some of those as needed, but I continue to welcome the new ones. I welcome them. Y'all are the best. So today's review is from Joy E. Noble E. There's a lot of E's in this thing, but the review said, the absolute best. If I need motivation, funny, right? Some motivation. We're talking about motivation today. I didn't plan that. If I need motivation, positivity, an example of how to live my best life, or even the hard truth, I put on Maestro. This podcast is truly the best and makes my days 11 billion times more productive when I listen to them on the way to work. Thank you for doing the most. I don't read the reviews before I put them into the outline because I want to read them live so you can like hear me respond to them. And I'm like, holy shit, this is great. We talked about motivation. We talked about living your best life and creating that best life and doing it now. And it's fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. So thank you, Joy Nobly. I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you. And thank you to all of you who have left reviews and ratings and you DM me and all the things. So y'all are the real MVPs. Don't forget, tomorrow is the last day for registration for round 14 of my Instagram Intensive. One more time, the Instagram Intensive is my 6-week online group coaching program that teaches health and fitness pros exactly how to use Instagram for online business. So if that's interesting to you, you've been looking for some help with that, tap the link in the show notes. Check out the registration page. I would love to have you. I know I'm speaking fast this episode because I'm excited. I'm back. I'm creating. The space is dope. Like, the sound is amazing and I'm amped. So let's keep it going, folks. As always, endlessly appreciative for every single one of you. Until next time, friends, Maestro out.